Okay, so after a long delay of about half hour, they're flying the AP over H, which means racing is done for today. So we got the whole fleet going in en masse. I saw you on the race committee boat. How was that?
Oh, it's interesting. They all speak Italian, so I don't know much about what's going on unless I ask.
So what, from your sailor's perspective on the committee boat, what can you share with us that we probably don't see?
Well, there was a lot of shifts today, and the fleet was pretty spread out. I mean, the jury was out whether left or right was favored one way or the other because it was just like flat. Everybody was just spread out wide.
So now that's from your race committee point of view. Now, if you were on your sailboat in a Sunfish, what would be your strategy going into a day like today?
Trying to figure out the oscillations and to see which side would be sort of where the better pressure's coming in, and then just make my best guess.
Doing race committee, sometimes you see some mistakes. Were you like, what is that person doing? What is that person doing?
Well, it's always at the start that you see those mistakes. You're like, why is somebody riding it so close to the line and they could just be shoved right over? So, a committee like this, they're going to throw you out. I mean, they were being right on, and they were tagging numbers early and just making sure they knew who was going to be pushing it. So the starts have been pretty clean. Nice.
Now, one last question before we end. Why did they do an AP over H today to abandon the last race?
So the wind had shifted pretty hard left, like 20, 30, 40 degrees left. I mean, at one point it was way left, and it wasn't coming back, and there wasn't enough room to rotate the course. And they also couldn't move the committee boat. First of all, it's a big deal. It's a very deep lake. But they would have had to move the committee boat over, and there wasn't enough runway to get a decent-sized course in. It wasn't sticking on the left all the time. And also they were worried about the ferries. There apparently is some ferry concern.
Okay, great. That's really good to have a perspective like that. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Sunfish World Championships here in Lake Garda. So here we are, that was the 4-minute gun, the prep signal for the 7th race on day 4 of the 2022 Sunfish World Championships here at Lake Garda. So I'm going to be signing off here because we're in sequence. It's about 2:30 to go. So here we are at the 2022 Sunfish World Championships at Lake Garda. Well, that was the conclusion of race number 7 on day 4, which is Friday. Brutal. The winds are coming out of the north today, which is different. And they were blowing about 10 to 12. They're starting up. So here we are, we're in sequence for the 2nd race of the day, which on day 4 at the 2022 Sunfish World Championships at Lake Garda. This will be race number 8. Funny thing, he's not going to lose like more than one boat. So the bungee goes around the tack over here, and when the wind gets light like is right now, sometimes the sail wants to fall on top of you, fall back on you. So the bungee helps keep tension on it to help keep the sail out when you're sailing dead downwind. That's another reason why you... Story of today, on that 2nd race, as the weather got light, the United States American sailors started to come up. We have a battle with at the top with David Mendelblatt, number 2 boat, and also Mike Ingham was up there. And Mike Ingham was up there, and we also have that I saw in the top 10. So the Americans like this light air apparently, so good for them. Start towing people back, or a southerly is going to fill in. It's going to be very difficult to get a race off because we have a time limit to deal with, which I don't know what it is. And then I'm throwing up the throwing of a postponement flag, AP, that's the red and white flag on the triangle. I think they're not going to start any more races. So here we are getting towed. The wind basically died out here at Lake Garda at the 2022 Sunfish Worlds here in Lake Garda. No. But I saw Dave Mendelblatt, Mike Ingham, the usual suspects in the top 10 were up there also. Takes place from the Virgin Islands, while Mike Ingham from the USA holds top master and is in 7th place. Right?